In some ways MSI is great for consumers, offering a crazy number of gaming laptops for every type of gamer there is means there's something for everyone. But things can get very confusing, especially when some models are borderline identical. Today we're reviewing the low-end GL62M 7RDX, which is an exclusive model to Australia's JB Hi-Fi store. However, it's almost identical to the GE627RD Apache that we reviewed a few weeks ago. So which, if any, should you buy? The key space. 15.6-inch, matte, 1920 by 1080, non-touchscreen LCD, 2.8 to 3.8 GHz Intel Core i7-7700HQ processor, 16 GB RAM, 1 TB mechanical HDD, 120 GB SSD, NVIDIA 4 GB GeForce GTX 1050, 6-cell 43 Wh battery, 2.3 kg. SKU, 421,356. There are so few differences with MSI's other gaming laptops that we won't describe the key usage points here again. Check out our review of the MSI GT73 VR Titan to learn what you need to know about using it. We'll simply focus on the differences. The chassis is slightly slimmer than the Apache and the lid is plain and flat without contours. The slimmer body also means that the Blu-ray player from the Apache is missing and a slightly smaller battery is included. Beyond that, the screen, keyboard and trackpad are identical. The Dragon Center overclocking software works the same and the dynamic audio features are similar. The specs are the same as the Apache, but the different chassis means that a different cooling system may be used. In PC Mark, the 7RDX scored an impressive 3,603 when in turbo mode, which is 150 more than the Apache. This won't make a significant difference to 2D applications, but it's a decent score and only slightly behind the 4,040 scored by our test rig. We should note though that the fan was always audible when running this, and the other tests. In 3D Mark, the low-end NVIDIA GeForce 1050 scored a paltry 1860 in Time Spy, which equates to just 10 FPS when running the latest DirectX 12 games. Dropping down to the punishing DirectX 11 Firestrike benchmark, it still only scored 1035, which translates to just 5 FPS with hardcore DirectX 11 games. So he dropped it down further to the lesser CloudGate benchmark, which tests for older games' playing prowess. Here it finally came up with 8,913, which equates to an average of 42 FPS. The battery in the 7RDX is slightly smaller than the Apache. The 6-cell unit offers 43 Wh instead of 53 Wh. This meant that it couldn't match the 114 minutes of running PC Mark at full brightness, but it did still manage 104 minutes of flat-out processing. When it came to playing our full HD movie at mid-brightness with earbuds and power-saving settings, it did so for 3.5 hours. You might struggle with the extended version of Return of the King, but otherwise, that's usable. All in all, this is a slightly slimmer, lighter version of the Apache that doesn't have a Blu-ray recorder. Like a Porsche GT3, you pay more for less with this slimmed-down system costing $200 more. Like the Apache, it's not great at playing latest technology games, which can be a problem for a gaming laptop.